Please enjoy this talk given at the Austin Center for Spiritual Living, where we live and teach the principles of science of mind and spirit. For more information, visit austincsl.org.
I wonder why Lisa chose that song today. Could it be because that has to do with the title of our talk today, celebrating in joy and love my life as a practitioner and CSL Groupie. Who do you think that would be? That is our most delightful Andy Amaya, who comes to us from California, and we're so blessed to have him here today. By profession, Andy is a life coach working at Goodwill Industries. His stories about how people's lives have changed when given an opportunity to change their experiences and change their thoughts, and start realizing their inner qualities, that they are beautiful, awesome. So these are real examples of how changing our thoughts and feelings change our life. Please help me welcome practitioner Andy Amaya.
Thank you, Reverend Mary. That was very, very nice, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm here to celebrate. I'm very happy to be here, and it is a gift for me that you are here, and I intend this to be a gift for you. So, with all my heart and all my love, thank you very much. I mean, you could be many other places, and you'll come here. So this is going to be good for you, as good as it's going to be for me. I was taken aback when I came this morning and all the volunteers. Wow, this is great. I told Yvonne, maybe you'll be able to sit and have a cup of coffee before in the morning, before everything happens. We've got new people on board, and you're very welcome. And I hope that this is the beginning of your spiritual journey, as it was for mine, like maybe 17, no, not that long. Oh, maybe that is that long. 17 or 20 years ago when I came into a Center for Spiritual Living. And it was the beginning of something new. I like how Reverend Mary said, a practitioner, and then I became a life coach, which is correct, and reminded me that I became a practitioner, and then the practitioner decided, a spirit, you're going to be a life coach. And I feel very deeply that that whole job, that whole career was made for me. It was made for me from my mind and God's mind, which is all one. And so that was my demonstration. I worked on it, I crafted it, and voila, it's mine. And that's what this is about. No, wait a minute, I'm getting off. I don't want to go there first. I want to say that also as we went back to my car to get the stuff. You hear me? Yeah, thanks. That if you can, just say, hey, I can't hear you. But to get the stuff for our training that Reverend Mary very graciously is going to help us do today as volunteers, I was speaking to Chris and Karen, and how I told them June is my spiritual month, because there's so many wonderful things that are happening that I'm celebrating this month. And June 5th, I was just looking at this morning, was the first time I came into a Center for Spiritual Living, many years ago. And the first lady who was there to greet me was a practitioner called Laverne Swan. Her name was Laverne Swan. And she embraced me and loved me up, and she was in her 70s about that time. And she was what I wanted and what I was looking for in a Centers for Spiritual Living. Any spirituality. And so today, at my former center, they are celebrating her life in a memorial. And so passed away at 93, made her transition at 93. So that's a wonderful life. That's a beautiful life. And she touched so many people. And why? Because it was out of love. Love of doing what she loved to do, being who she was, and being the big-time groupie. So let me start with that. Because she was a groupie. And she started out the same way like I started at Centers for Spiritual Living, which was great. I mean, I hung around the place, I I love the things they did, the meditations, the potlucks, the community events that we put on, and the music, just like Alia Lisa, and gorgeous music that we have. All of this started to play on me. And a groupie, a groupie hangs around usually like waiting for the star, they start the fan club and the star, and I was waiting for the star to come, and I tried to pin that on somebody. Oh, the Reverend's fantastic, I'm a groupie for the Reverend, I'm a groupie for the Reverend. And then I was like, wow, maybe it's not the Reverend, no, somebody else, a speaker, I'm a groupie for the speaker or a practitioner. When finally, something unusual happened. And many things out of an unusual path, a unique path, happened to me. But I don't have all day. So, and you don't want to be here all day. So I'm just going to pull out 3, what I like to call them realizations. Well, it all led to being a practitioner, and the 20th, and we're not there yet, is when I became a practitioner in St. Louis. So I want to show off my picture. And my other colleagues, practitioners, that day, which was a beautiful day, came about, showing all social media. I'll say that for my TikTok. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the mantle. There you go. And it was a beautiful day. And all these realizations came that finally led me to that point. But in that journey at the center where I blossomed and continue blossoming everywhere, there were some funny things that went along the path, and I want to bring those up just to get them out of the way quickly. So that this isn't your usual place. I mean, it's not the traditional, obviously, place where people go to worship. But that doesn't make it the best or the better place. I'm not saying that. Wherever you're at right now, that's the best place. Whether you're Baptist, Catholic, temple, wherever you're at, that's the best place. So when I was there for a while, some unusual things happened to me. And, I remember I was there for about 2 months, and the Reverend wanted me to help beforehand. We had a little trailer where the speaker would be, and then we'd bring the speaker out, and music and tambourines and all that, and big entry. And 5 minutes before she was going to come out, and I'll just leave it at that, she's a Reverend. She collapsed to the floor, right in front of me, and in a ball of emotion. She was crying, carrying on, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? We're going on in 5 minutes. And I was terrified, and the Reverend came in, is she ready? No, she's not ready. Look! And she was down there, and she had been going through something. And he says, Andy, I'm going to pick up the front of her body, and you pick up her feet. He picked her up, and he swooped her up into his arms, and he sat her down. And he started praying with her. And I was like, I was having a heart attack. I said, who's going to do this? And it was a paid event. They paid not big bucks, but some money to come there. And I was thinking, we're going to make big bucks from this. But anyways, she was, maybe not. We prayed, the Reverend prayed her out of it. And I prayed along with her. I pretended to know what I was doing, but I didn't. So we were like 2 or 3 minutes late onto the stage. She wiped her eyes before the doors opened up, and I went, hot dog. And I want to say, and I carried the Reverend out, no, and then he grabbed my hand and he carried me. I thought to myself, is this the way it's going to be? But it wasn't. And the other thing too, which was so funny, less than, because I'm not going to mention their names, but it's just, I got to tell you this one story. We had a little incident at the center once. And it happened during church. And we caught 4 senior citizens smoking pot in the girls' room. Oh my gosh. And the Reverends were appalled, and they were making a big show of it. And the guilty, were led to the trailer out to the back and had a big talking to. But what does this philosophy do to you? I mean, you've got to say, what does it do? What is it untying? What is it opening up? You know, what's going on? Who would have thought it would have been a life coach? Not me. Who would have listened to that inside of yourself and said, there's a presence. It's speaking to me. And this is something I need to listen to. And it's involving joy and love. Did I have the courage when I came here? No. Was I in the right place at the right time? Yes. Did I need to be there? Yes. So the 3 realizations that I've chosen to speak about this was big. I was a spirit having a human experience. And that said a lot right there when that came to me. I liked it, I wrote it down. I don't know, I've heard it credited to me, but I'm going to say someone said Tolstoy the other day. And I said, oh, he sounds good. Maybe a lot of people know that. And so I said but it's stuck to me. I was a spirit having a human experience. Because that spoke to, I'm not just this body. There's something else there. There's something else going on. There's something infinite, powerful, empowering, and something I share with everyone, because everyone is spirit having a human experience. Not just me, not just you. We're all in it. And there's one spirit, and we're all coming out and expressing it. And how is that wrong? It's not. How is that right and beautiful? It is. How is it divine? It is. So that came to my mind. And then I thought about it and I meditated on that, as most of our centers have meditations, contemplative and guided meditation, all leading me to these huge realizations. Also, there is no separation between me and my God, or me and my spirit, universal spirit. There is no separation. I am spirit having a human experience. The perfect, whole, and healthy creator. That is where I come from. And there is no mistake. That is where I'm expressing from. And there is no mistake there. So, I affirmed that and I blessed that. And when that hit me, I was like, wow, there's something there. I am infinite. I am whole. I am perfect. Everything is in its right place right now as I am. I affirm and I bless that. So consciously living in the realization of God's presence. There's another thing that came to that. And consciously living in that realization of the presence. And what is the presence? What is it not? It's everything. It's everything expressing around us. The nature, the trees, the laughter, the joy, the fun. And when is it a separation? It is not. Now, when I say that, I mean, we're having experiences here. Some of them are painful. Some of them are not the most agreeable experiences. Many of them are. So, when you're feeling that, it's an experience, but it's not the truth about it. And I know that that's easy for me to say because I'm not the one experiencing what you're going through. And I understand it. And I know that. And I get that. But I want you to realize that this isn't the end of the story. This is not where it all ends. This is where we group ourselves and we realize that there is presence, there is perfection, there is love, and there is healing. And that is amongst knowing that with ourselves. So that was one of the realizations. The next realization ties right into that, which is wonderful, is I get to choose my reality. And better yet, I'm responsible for my reality. Meaning that I can change it. Meaning that I can do things that can shift my conscious to what is true and real, the happiness and the joy and the harmony that's going on, I can do that. And how do I do that? Well, there's many ways. This involves one big one here, the creative process. And that's what you learn here at the Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm going to make a big plug for my center. This is where we can teach you how to tune into that creative process. And it's done already. I mean, you might be feeling this experience, and it may not be agreeable, it may not be the most fantastic, of course, it may be painful. But it's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be that outcome. This is an experiential life because we can go into this creative process. We can reflect God, the whole, the Creator, and we can tie into that and learn how to use that to our benefit. And that's what the science of mind is about. Choosing that which you want to be the real you, which you know is you. And that's what that creative process involves. Now, when they told me that, I was the worst. You would not want me in your class as a student because at the time I didn't have an advocate or a buddy with me. It was my aunt, and she was the one who drew me to the centers and told me, you gotta take a class, you gotta take a class. Okay, calm down, I'm gonna take it. You gotta take it, you gotta take it, you gotta take it. And I said, okay, remember I'm supposed to spend every day a week with you? It'll be in that class. I said, okay. and that, thank you to my dear aunt for doing that. And I was there, and on the way home, we had these, arguments and getting into it. And I go in, and I wasn't prepared for what I was going to listen to. I mean, I know I wanted something because I wouldn't be there, no matter what my aunt said, but I was there. And I was waiting for, I don't know, I was waiting for, I guess, the catch-all at the end. There's something great at the end. And it is there. It's there, but it's of my choosing. And that was the gift. That was, I like how the Reverend said, a key. That was the key. That I became aware of that self-awareness. Whoa! I forgot I have quotes. Okay. So let's throw a little bit of that in here. Because we do read this. I believe that when you are self-aware, you have taken yourself beyond the purpose of using mind to try to get something, and are now free to listen from within. This is really the only practical thing to do, because the answer for each one of us lies within the self, within this presence. And I guess that's what I was, and that's, you are always your own experience, Tom Johnson. And I guess that was really what I was waiting for, to be self-aware of that ability to know that presence, and to know that that presence was there through me, and I could hook into that by my choice and begin to manifest what I needed in my life. And it didn't happen overnight. I mean, it was a couple of classes, 3 or 4 classes, and it was gradual. And again, it was meditation, readings, and hanging around being a group. It was coming to me. So why not choose the good and nurture that choice? Why? Because it feels right. It feels right to be happy, doesn't it? Yes. We have the best experience when we're happy. It's our divine right. And yes, it should always be like that. Now we're having an experience, and of course we're going to run into hiccups, bumps, whatever you call it, challenges. And at the centers we teach you a spiritual mind treatment. And that, you hook up with a practitioner or a reverend. These are powerful people. And they can work on that experience that is making you believe in the separation. It's keeping you from choosing the right path. And when I say choosing the right path, the path where you're in control, where you make the choices, Even the choice not to experience pain, even the choice not to go there where there's a challenge, but always to know that the presence, the divine right is on your side. Always. It's you, and you have the power. It's always there. You were born with it. It's your divine right. And so you just come to the part of choosing it. Now, I like the little lady in the back of the church in my former center. She'd say, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. And a lot of people say, well, I don't believe in fake it till you make it, but it helped me sometimes. I felt crappy at times and when I get to the center. And I faked it. I faked it until I could get there and understand that I am in the source. I am the source. I'm an expression of that perfect whole source. Is it my source? Sorry. Okay, the hands have come down. It's that. It's knowing that, and it doesn't happen overnight. So please, 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 hang around. Let's nurture you. Let's love you. Let's know where you're at. We're not here to judge you. Heck no. What do we get out of that? What do you get out of that? Nothing. Where do you move from there? No. We just are feeding the separation and the illusion of what the reality is. True love. You're in control. You're choosing love. And you are that. And my second quote. Now you will know that your acknowledgement of God or Spirit as the creative and maintaining principle is about as high a form of prayer as man can conceive of in the realm of words or thoughts. In other words, to acknowledge that there is an infinite something that was big, that was human spirit, or spirit having a human experience. In other words, to acknowledge that there is an infinite something, even though invisible, to acknowledge its qualities of intelligence, law, and love, and to acknowledge its power as a sustaining influence. This is prayer. This is the prayer of acknowledgement. And that's all you need, is to acknowledge it, is to look at it and say, it is Spirit, perfect, whole, and complete. It is God, and let it go. Let it go. And by letting it go, I mean you're letting it be within yourself. You're letting that happen. And the power of your word can do it. The power of your word, you have that. It's already within you. So your word's going to guide you. So when they yell, fake it till you make it, what I did was I used the power of my word to bring myself back in. And that's what a reverend or a practitioner can do with you. That's where in the classes you'll learn how to do that. That's where in the meditation, through modeling or through listening and recognizing, you'll learn how to do that. This is great. This is awesome. This is what it's all about. And you open your heart and you open your spirit. You open your heart and you accept the Spirit within. And that begins the engine. That begins everything. And it began with me. And 3 or 4 months, I think into the 6th month, I was there. I was there. I hadn't thought about being a practitioner, but I said, this is working for me. And then a real quiet voice started coming in. Started, I guess, pulling at me. And I could see the practitioners, and I had been with a couple of practitioners in the prayer, the acknowledgement. I began to sit there and listen a little bit to what they were saying. And something happened. There was a shift in my consciousness. And at that point, I knew something was taking place in me. The voice that was coming from within, the star that I was waiting for to come up and be the groupie and hang around with, I think I might have mentioned this, was myself. It was me. Me in the recognition of presence. And I don't want to had a beautiful child, had a wonderful, upbringing, loving parents, grandparents. But, you learn what we call race consciousness or just family dynamics, where I was brought up, and I'm not using this as an excuse because I know a lot of us going through this, be quiet, don't listen, don't fool around too much, get back to work, do what you need to do. Very little attention to the inward journey, very little acknowledgement of what I was here to do on earth, was to give my gift to everybody else, my unique gift. And, my relatives have been under the same, upbringing, it's life. And that's the past, and I quickly threw that away. And now I'm a lot of my family members' life coach. So, but what was important was that I was ready to listen to myself. I was ready to do that work. So the next revelation was me and you. And this is where you're going to play a big part. In me being me, in you being you, and me being me. And recognizing where spirit is at. And that's recognizing where you're at right now. This is very important, because this is the beginning. This is the beginning of knowing the presence. Because finding the most important part of this, in my experience here on earth, is you. Because you and where you're at plays a huge part in me knowing more God. And in me knowing more spirit. And in me knowing more of what life is really about. And that's loving you, encouraging you, inspiring you, as our reverends do, practitioners, all. You play a big part. So the celebratory part of this is all of you. I can't tell you, and I know for the reverends, when you come in the morning, we have all these new volunteers. I can't tell you, we just finished the class, Foundations with the Reverend, a couple of weeks ago. And Reverend Mary finished her class, Self-Mastery also. I mean, that is a joy beyond anything you can imagine. It is an infinite joy, infinite creation, infinite love that is continually there. And it speaks to you and it speaks to me that as a community, this group of people here are empowered. They are empowered. You are empowering love in the world. And don't say, well, look at how many. It's not a whole lot of us. It doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes a shift in consciousness. It takes a realization of where you're at and who you are and where you're at on that journey. And all of you are right here in front of me right now. You're my family, and I am yours. And we are recognizing love wins. Love always wins. Love's won, it's done. And so, in knowing that, in all of us, knowing that you can come here with no judgment, open heart, the acceptance and love of our reverends, who are so full of it. Full of love, and full of acceptance, full of training, and full of education. And know that wherever you're at, we're never going to say no, we're going to say yes. So, when you come into your own, and you see, as you are right now, that you are loved, wonderful things happen. Our resident artist, Connie, makes this beautiful board. Look at this, prayer board. So this is the only experiential part of my talk. And the Reverend hit on it, Reverend Mary. I want you to write something on here. You don't have to write your name or anything like that. Every Tuesday we do a prayer group, prayer session, the Reverends and myself. And it's very powerful. I've had students who have healed. I have, after that prayer, anybody I put in there, it's a complete shift. And it's fantastic. And it's a God thing. because we recognize that it's a spiritual thing. And in recognizing that, we know that it works. Without a doubt, we know that. We've been around and we recognize that. So this is the experiential part of my service. Please tear that off. If you need a pen, maybe Jenny could get you one. Thank you, Jenny. And write down what, you don't have to write down the challenge. You can write down, yay, spirit, yay, whatever. My 93-year-old lovely lady, practitioner, always wrote down the football team she wanted to win. Write it down. Watch them win. So, the other thing I wanted to, that I almost left out that I want to say before I come to my conclusion is that the wonderful part about being in a center too are the people who meet. They're going to be unique, I'm going to tell you that. You know, pass out, and smoke pot, who knows what else. Maybe there's some things I don't want to know, but it's okay. You know, but there's never a moment that, and you have to hang around, you have to be that groupie in the beginning. There's not a moment when you encounter someone here that there is not God. That they can say something to you that can help you, that can love you, that can heal you, that is acknowledging God. Because it's that moment that you meet, your eyes meet, it doesn't have to be words. It can just be a loving glance, a smile. It's happened here thousands of times for me. And that's God. That's spirit. That's universal intelligence within each of you that you're recognizing. And you're getting nourished by that. That's spiritual food. And that's wonderful to have. I'm going to brag a little bit. 127 to 177, I can't remember. Graduated from the alternative high school where I was at on Wednesday. It was wonderful. It was a celebration of overcoming obstacles and challenges. 60 of the students, I think it was 12 of the students were mine that graduated, and 60, I have a caseload of 60 plus students. They're all mine and I all love them. During that process, I got the award for Master Life Coach. And that's the first. That's a celebration for me because, and my colleagues, you know, I don't like that award, but my colleagues do the same thing that I do, 100%. And they're wonderful people, all 9 of them. And that is, don't tell anybody, but a life coach with the background of a practitioner. Because the moment you come into my office and I make that eye contact with you, that's spirit, that's God, and I say, hi God, you're here again, thank you. And at that moment, everything's going to go right. I don't allow for anything else. I won't. And because it's not true. Why believe in something that's not happening? So, when you come with me, it's 100, I mean, you know, the batting average is 100, like I said before, it's going to happen. So, I know that can happen within you. And you're looking for that reflection among yourselves. You're looking to find God in all of us. So when you look at somebody, you say, hi God, hi Spirit, hi Buddha, hi whatever resonates with you. And that's the perfect. That's the love right there, the perfect love, the perfect, whole and complete. It's all there. All of you possess that. And all of you have that within you. So, I don't want to say fake it till you make it because you're there already. I want to say affirm it. Affirm it because you have it within you. So let's go into prayer. I feel like this is the right moment. Oh, wait a minute, I have one more quote. A course from the science of mind. I believe that when, oh no, I already did that, sorry. Science of mind. The other quote was from Joe Goldsmith, one of my favorites. And this is from our founder of this organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, Ernest Holmes. We should think of our spirit as being some part of a universal spirit, and of our minds as open to the divine influx. As any specific knowledge must come from the center of all knowledge, it follows that whenever and wherever the mind of man is open to the divine influx, it will receive introduction directly from the center and source of all. Science, invention, art, literature, philosophy, and religion have one common center, from which, through experience, is drawn of all knowledge. So you possess that within yourself. That's the you. So please join me as we go to the center of our source. Again, thank you so much to my reverends, to all of you for being here. Such a joy to help me celebrate my spiritual June month, birthday month. And there's so much more waiting, so much more there. And for allowing me to recognize in you what you're reflecting back in me is perfect, whole, and complete. So let's come to that one source, one God, one Spirit, one love, one experience. One experience. And that experience that is within you. That loving, joyful, harmonious experience. Thank you, Spirit. And so taking this moment to recognize in every one of my brothers and sisters here, in the trees, in the birds, in the wind, that this is a God moment. This is a creative God moment. Expressing perfection, expressing love for everyone, embracing that which is joyous, embracing that which is the truth of all of us, every one of us, that we are perfect right where we're at right now. We are in the right place right where we are right now. And giving us all the opportunity to love and accept best of all ourselves in this experience. Deeply ourselves in this experience. Knowing that it is us. Knowing that it is us in this experience. And so knowing that, I also know that the experience, human experience, lends itself to some pain, lends itself to some challenges, hiccups, obstacles. So I want to bring that in right now. I want to bring that into this prayer, spiritual mind treatment, because I know that I'm not experiencing that, but I know my loving family is, and so I want them to know that that is not the truth of the situation. I recognize your pain, and I know it's difficult. But I love you, and I know that in my love, I will comfort you, and I will acknowledge all that you have within you already healed and healing this moment. That it's healing those wounds. It's healing all that. And all you have to do is just let it be. Nothing intellectual, just let it be. Let that consciousness shift. Let that knowledge go there. Out in our social media, those who are in pain also, those who need healing. And all we're doing is we're acknowledging that whole, perfect, complete you, that divine right to be happy, that divine right to know happiness is in you, to affirm that, to know it's never been separate from you. It just takes you wording. It takes your word. Thinking about it, knowing it, and accepting it, and allowing it to be. So as I pour from my heart and my reverence pour from theirs, all that loving energy, all that joy and all that love into them. I say yes, say yes, 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 yes. And I also want to say also, because he's here giving me a wink as my dear home. He's always with me, he's always winking and making me laugh. And I want to also bring into it Dale and Chuck's mom, made her transition. Love you both. Know all is going to be fine. These beautiful, beautiful people. All is well. And to my dear Laverne, my dear, dear Laverne, who made her transition during the week, and it just took that one hug, and that's all it was that changed my consciousness. Before I left her, she left me with this quote, and I want to end the spiritual life treatment with this. I salute the life within your eyes, where the whole universe dwells. For when you are at the center within you, and I am in the place within me, we shall be one. Ogasu Chief, Crazy Horse. So as I bring this to an end, knowing that this spiritual mind treatment cannot go void, as I shoot it out into the creative mind, knowing it cannot come back, I take all with you, all your consciousness and all your desires, all your love and happiness, and I celebrate it today in my spiritual birth month. And I thank you. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.